Big moves are rippling through the tech and automotive worlds. Some are plotting bold new directions, while others face tough headlines. Let's dig into the stories behind the headlines you can't ignore. Nvidia puts gamers back in the spotlight. With a catch. It's finally happening. Nvidia is shifting its focus once again toward gamers. At least for now. If you overlook its colossal data center business. In a notable announcement this Monday, Nvidia revealed that its cloud gaming powerhouse, GeForce Now, will soon harness the cutting-edge Blackwell GPUs, chips revered among gaming enthusiasts for their performance and reliability. That means remote gamers might soon experience a huge upgrade in day-to-day gameplay quality. But here's where it gets controversial. Alongside hardware upgrades, Nvidia introduced a new feature known as Install to Play, promising to double the available game library. Sounds fantastic, until you hit the fine print. Players must either re-download their chosen games each time they log in, a potential deal-breaker for anyone with bandwidth limitations, or pay an additional monthly fee for persistent cloud storage. Is convenience worth the extra expense? How far should companies go in charging for basic features? Updates are expected to roll out over the next month. If you're wondering just how big Nvidia's gaming arm has become, in its recent first quarter report, gaming revenue soared to a record $3.8 billion. While that number pales in comparison to their mammoth data center income, it rivals heavyweight consumer brands like Dr. Pepper or Royal Caribbean on its own. Gaming is far from insignificant. It's a market that's fiercely competitive and evolving fast. Dayforce rockets on buyout buzz, but will it last? Shares of Dayforce exploded by 28% in a single day, topping the SP 500 after word got out that private equity titan Thoma Bravo is deep in talks to acquire the HR software leader. While a deal isn't set in stone, sources say announcements could land in weeks, but warn rival suitors might emerge, or talks could stretch on. Investor excitement is clearly high. And this is the part most people miss. Dayforce's impressive leap follows an already strong quarter, posting better than expected Q2 results, with robust customer bookings and a record order backlog. But take note, this success comes after a period of rocky sales, especially post-pandemic when demand faded. With all this momentum, Dayforce's valuation is tantalizing, but skepticism lingers. After all, even with this recent surge, shares are still down 5% since the year began. Could this rally lose steam, or is a turnaround finally in progress? Do you think private equity will deliver the transformation Dayforce needs, or are there more pitfalls ahead? Tesla sales bounced back in July. But not enough. According to Cox Automotive July data, U.S. EV sales jumped by 26.4% compared to June, and nearly 20% year over year, marking one of the strongest months ever. Tesla continues to lead the pack with about 5 times the EV sales of big names like Chevrolet, Hyundai, Ford, and Honda. Yet, here's a twist. While Tesla's sales improved from June to July, year-over-year numbers were slightly down. On the surface, it looks like robust growth for Tesla. But the real story is more complex. The company's automotive revenue actually fell by 16% last quarter versus last year, weighed down by waning demand in key markets. A major driver behind July's sales surge? The looming expiration of the $7,500 federal tax credit for EV purchases. As buyers race to claim credits, automakers may be forced to cut prices further, which could squeeze profit margins. How significant could this impact be on Tesla's bottom line? But wait, the controversy deepens. The U.S. government just halted regulatory credit letters for automakers failing fuel economy standards, effectively eliminating a lucrative income stream. For Tesla, that could mean losing out on roughly $255 million in pure profit every quarter. Gone. Together, The end of both federal tax credits and regulatory credits could slash more than half of Tesla's profits, according to JP Morgan. Do you think Tesla can innovate its way out of this hit? Or will these policy changes dent its ambitions for good? Ford breaks recall record, and not in a good way. In a headline that's already turning heads, Ford has set a new record for safety recalls, an eye-popping 102 so far this year, per federal tracking data. To put that in perspective, the previous high mark for any automaker over a full year was 77 recalls by GM back in 2014. Ford's current number nearly quintuples the runner-up on this year's list, RV manufacturer Forest River, and exceeds the total recalls of major rivals like Chrysler, VW, GM, Mercedes, Honda, and BMW combined. But that's not the only financial pressure Ford faces. The company is also bracing for a $1.5 billion tariff bill this year, on top of the massive costs tied to recalls. In just the first half of 2025, Ford has spent $2.8 billion tackling warranty and service issues. That's about $15.5 million leaving the bank every single day. Can any automaker survive long-term with that kind of outflow? Or does this signal deeper problems for Ford's quality control? Final thoughts, agree or disagree? There's no shortage of viewpoints on these stories. Is Nvidia serving gamers or milking them? Can Tesla weather the loss of generous incentives? Will Ford's latest challenges force a fundamental shift in its business? And can Dayforce really reinvent itself through acquisition? What's your take on all this? Are these companies making the bold moves necessary to thrive, or just spinning their wheels? Sound off in the comments. Which story grabs your attention, and where do you see things heading?